My name is Erin, and I was seriously injured on a motorcycle. I was on my motorcycle, and I was headed home. I was headed down Main Street in Brown City, and I had a minivan pull out and T-bone me. There was two cars. One pulled to the inside, and the minivan almost hit their taillights and plowed right into me. It was a lot after that. She actually tried to leave the scene and everything. I had a bunch of people had to come and pull my bike off of me because I was trapped between the bike and the minivan. It was terrifying, and it was basically oh, hold on moment, you know, and I'm glad I made it out of it. When I was in the ambulance, it's very awakening. You lay in there, you know, people on either side of you working on you, medical teams all over the place, and you don't know if you're okay or not. So I immediately called for help. I had a couple of cracked ribs, but other than that, I didn't have any broken bones. I was black and blue from my neck down to my ankle. They did a lot of x-rays and a lot of scans and tests on me. They actually let me go home that night, but then I spent the next 6 months in and out of my orthopedic doctor. So I went in, actually saw him 2 days after the accident, and I am still seeing him because of parts of the accident. My insurance company was okay. They tried to guide me, but because the lady had actually admitted that she was at fault, I had to deal with her insurance company. And they didn't want to help me at all. So they were denying all kinds of payments and all kinds of bills, and I was getting just bombarded with letters saying I was going to be sent to collections and phone calls and all kinds of stuff. And I didn't know what to do about all of it. So it was overwhelming. They didn't want to help me with any of the bills. The insurance company wasn't sure if I was at fault or not at fault, and there was a lot of language used that I just didn't understand. I just really didn't know what they wanted or didn't want. And from what I was gathering, I was going to be stuck paying all of the bills for somebody that hit me. And I wasn't able to do that, so I reached out. Well, Christensen Law contacted me all the time. They were always on top of it. They were asking me questions and having me very involved in everything. The other law firm that I was with, I almost never heard from them. I actually contacted them multiple times to ask them for updates. What's going on? I haven't heard anything. Why am I still getting letters? What's going on? I never had any of that with Christensen Law at all. They were always part of it. They always let me know that, hey, we got this bill, but we took care of it. Or, hey, we heard this, you might hear something, you might not. So it was very nice to know that people were actually looking at the things going on instead of just wondering where it sat, you know. So, well, I didn't know what to expect going in, so I don't know how it would have been different. But I know that if I had stayed with the person that I was with, I don't think it would have been a very good outcome. They weren't trying to help me or my family. They were just kind of letting us sink through the cracks. I don't know, I can't speak for other law firms what they would have done, but I know that if Christensen Law hadn't got a hold of my case, I would have been in a very different spot. So it was great. It was really great. I don't have a whole lot of help at home, so it was really nice to know that somebody was helping me figure all of that out. Tom and his team took care of absolutely everything. They made sure all of my bills were paid. They contacted me to make sure that they didn't miss any bills that maybe I had received that they didn't. They took care of all of it. When somebody I would get a little nervous and I'd give them a call and be like, hey, did I miss anything at all? You know, they were super good about calming me down and being, hey, everything's good. We got you. And it was nice to have that. On a scale of 1 to 5 stars, I would give Christensen Law a 5. Because with Christensen Law, you don't have to worry about anything else. You can focus on getting better and taking care of you and your family, and Christensen Law takes care of everything else for you. And that is incredible when you're going through something like that. They'll do the job well, and they work very, very hard for you. I'd put my family in their hands any day.